Hello everyone! Welcome back to Magic in Color. As you already know by the title of this video, we're going to be going over two different ways to color the sky. One being cloudy, foggy type of sky, and the second one being a sunset. So I really hope you enjoy this video and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it. Alright, so let's get started with how to color the sunset. I wanted to remind you guys that I am not a professional artist. I'm just sharing all the things I learned in my coloring journey. I did go ahead and list all the Ohuhu alcohol markers that I will be using for this sunset. To get started with this sunset, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to describe what I'm doing, but I'm going to try my very best to help you guys achieve the same look. Right now, I picked up the Y020, and you kind of want to lightly use the side of your marker. You don't want to use the tip because it won't look smooth like the way that I'm doing it. You kind of just want to color some lines the same exact way that I'm doing it. You don't want to actually color the entire thing because when we use the second color, we'll be filling in those white spots with that second color just so it can have like a more blended seamless look. Alright, once you got that done, you want to go ahead and pick up Y3. This is when you're going to start to fill in those white gaps. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just going to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing on the screen. The same thing you did with the first marker, you're going to go ahead and do it with Y3. If you're anything like me, you're probably thinking, ew, this is looking horrible. But trust the process. Trust the process. It's going to look great. Now you want to go back in with Y020 and just kind of blend everything in with the first color. You want to continue to fill in any white gaps as well, and it's going to look very blended and have a very seamless look. Alright, now it's time to move on to YR4, and you're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing, just with this color on top of that Y3 that you previously used. Alright, time to move on with R11, and I want you guys to remember you don't have to use Ohuhu alcohol markers. You can use any kind of markers for this, and you can achieve this look as well perfectly fine. Here you're just going to be doing the same process that we've been doing previously. Make sure to only add these colors to the top, not the bottom of the sunset. Alright, so I'm going to go in with V230, and you just want to color in all the white gaps that you see at the very top, and that would be the last color that we will be using for this sunset. Alright, so here we're going to go back in with Y020. I just like to go back and fill in any white gaps from the top area. It will just make it look very seamless with the blending as well. I'll also go back in with the Y3 and do the same thing as well. And so this is optional. You can do this with every color until you're satisfied with the look. Okay, once you have that complete, I start doing the clouds. I always do the clouds last, it's my personal preference, but you can do this while you're doing the sunset. But you're gonna go ahead and do like the Y020 first, then the Y3, and you're kind of gonna do the same process but on the clouds, and you kind of want to make sure it combines with the colors that are around the cloud. Alright, so here I take my white Tule art pen and just outline the clouds, being that clouds are normally white, so I just feel like it makes it look better. Alright, all done. That is the end of how to create a sunset. If you've made it this far, don't forget to give this video a like. Alright, so let's move on to how to color a foggy, cloudy day. I do want to give a shout out to Color with Carol. I'll put it on the screen here. Follow her on Instagram. I learned this method from her. This process is super simple. All you're going to need is a colorless blender and a RG110, which is kind of like a really light gray. So it doesn't have to be this one, but something similar. What I like to do first is take a pencil and kind of map out where I want the clouds to be. Now, not everyone does this, but I personally like to do it just so it can come out a little bit better. Once you have that done, you're going to go back and erase wherever you're going to start. Apparently in this page, I decided to start at the bottom. You can start wherever you want in the corner, at the top. I just decided to do the bottom. Okay, so wherever you erase the line, or if you're not mapping it out, you're going to go ahead and take the colorless blender and you're going to use that as your outline of the clouds. Don't be like me. I totally forgot to put an extra liner in the back, and so thank God there wasn't another page, and thank God it was a colorless blender. So just make sure you have something in the back to cover, especially if you're using alcohol markers, which I recommend 100%. Here I took the RG110 alcohol marker and I'm just outlining and coloring in the cloud. So you want to make sure you don't color on top of the colorless blender line, because that's what's going to make the cloud look really good in between other clouds. Hopefully that makes sense. But as you can see, some blue kind of went through the page. So I'm going to change what's behind this page and put just a normal computer paper, because I think that would be best. Alright, moving on, I'm just erasing the line again, and wherever you had that line, again, I used the colorless blender, and I'm going to outline the cloud with that. You're again going to take the RG110 and outline and color in. Alright, so all you have to do is repeat this process wherever you want cloudy skies. Okay, and that is how you do a cloudy sky. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if that is the case, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!